Good morning, one and all, to day 31 of Fallout 76. We finished an experiment last week where I was streaming on Twitch exclusively to see what would happen, and also because there was a notification problem on YouTube, and I think they're still dealing with some notification problems. But I decided after... Oh, great, the server's not responding. I decided after the week that I want to continue to stream here on YouTube. So the plan is to continue to do my weekly show, Scotch and Smoke Rings, here on YouTube. Then twice a week, do a live stream, Fallout 76 for now. And then throughout the week, do impromptu live streams on Twitch. If you haven't noticed, I've been uploading a lot of live streams to my YouTube channel this week, because I've been streaming a whole lot on Twitch this week. I've been streaming my film capture sessions, my footage capture sessions that I need for my lore videos. I've been filming those sessions on Twitch and then uploading those live streams to YouTube. So the plan is do my gaming live streams and my show on YouTube, my impromptu footage capture live streams on Twitch. That's the plan for now. Laura says, good morning, Coffee with Ox. Boulevard says, good morning, Oxhorn. Good morning to both of you. Happy to have you on the program today. Yes, I do have my coffee. It is a fine morning here in Seattle. Very foggy. This is the longest I've ever had to wait to log into this game. Trickshot Gamer says, go to the Robco factory between the Mire and the Cranberry Bog. I already have. I have visited that location, read every terminal, scrubbed it for lore, and it was a lot of fun. What's your Twitch name, Oxhorn? Says Book Fighter. It's Scotch and Smoke Rings, just twitch.tv/Scotch and Smoke Rings. Okay, what's going on here? Do I need to restart Fallout 76? This is insane. There were some server issues when I tried logging in. Okay, give me a second here. Something is not right. I clearly have a fine internet connection. I'm broadcasting right now. Let's just try Control-Alt-Delete, because I've never had it take that long to log into the Bethesda server for Fallout 76. All right, let's try this again. It says play, doesn't say the servers are down. Deuteronomus says, one good thing about taking a sick day, I can watch a live stream. Live. Good to see you, Ox. Good to have you here. And welcome, new member, Fox AK. Zeus says, man, I missed out on a lot of streams. Last week you did, but don't worry about it. They are all uploaded to my YouTube channel as recordings. Even the impromptu Twitch ones where I was capturing footage for L.A. Noire or Fallout 2 or any other game that I was working on a series for. They're all uploaded to YouTube in my All of Oxhorn's live streams playlist, which is linked at the very front of my channel. So it's all there. Okay, finally, we're getting into the game. Maybe, or maybe not. Let's just... As it switches servers yet again. Here we go. That's right. I was doing an event here at the lighthouse. Oh, no, the event's not going on, is it? Ah! Let's see. What time is it in the world? It's 5. So I logged in at the worst time if I'm wanting to do this event. Let's take a look at my... Ooh, and it's almost done. Okay, so we logged out trying to do this event, and the event only happens at night, and you have to collect all of this bioluminescent fluid before it decays in your inventory, which I did, but I didn't collect it fast enough. Welcome, Combo OST, new member. Good to have you here. Pizza Time says, where's the shelf? It's over there. Here, I'm going to change servers just to see if I can get back at a better time. If I can log back into the game at a better time, maybe I can still do this before all of the bioluminescent fluid decays in my inventory. Bolivar says, hey, Oxhorn, word of warning. I've had frequent occurrences where I meet people who attack me and kill me even though I'm passive and destroy my camp. Good luck, lol, or good luck, Ox. Even though you're passive, you can be killed in the game, and people can attack you. The difference is you don't automatically flag yourself for PvP when you're in passive mode. Okay, I'm getting complaints that the audio is too low. All right, let me turn that up a bit. There we go. So all passive mode does is make it so that if you accidentally attack somebody, it does no damage and it doesn't flag you for PvP. So normally in the game, if you tag someone with an attack, they tag you back. You can attack each other, and neither of you get flagged as murderers. But if somebody kills you without you flagging yourself for PvP, they get flagged as a murderer and they become wanted in the world. Right? It's Bethesda's way to combat griefing. But you can still die even if you're in passive mode. Ajax says, hey, Ox, I'm in Montana right now, and this is great. I'm on a beautiful little mountain drinking coffee watching you. What could be better? Nothing. Good to have you here. Jason says, glad you're back, Ox. Hope you're ready for the sub-zero temps we're supposed to be getting Wednesday. As always, you rock. Yeah. I am a little worried about that. New member, welcome, Zartu. Good to have you here. And then Jack Wolf. Hold on. Yeah. And it's the same time. What, did they log me back into the server? Are they trying to combat server jumping? Well, guess I'll have to do this at another time. Jack Wolf says, what platform are you on more often? I can only subscribe to one. I'm on both platforms. You're probably YouTube more often. Pizza Time says, camera resolution looks ugly today, or is it just me? I'm using a different camera so that you can actually have a face cam while I'm playing Fallout 76. Castiel says, Ox, there's a note in Point Pleasant that mentions the interloper, a.k.a. the Lovecraftian being at the bottom of the Lucky Hole mine. All right, well, I actually found that holotape and played it in my video on the Mothman Museum, which is one of the first Fallout 76 videos I made. It was video number 3. Deuteronomus says, what's the schedule? What's the agenda for today's stream? Well, I was going to try and do this event, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to do it. So let's... event Swarm of the Suitors? I was going to go to the Enclave bunker, but first let's do this event since it's going on. I don't believe I've done it before. So we will go to the Enclave bunker. Yes, I want to join the event. Hello? It's not letting me join. Oh, there we go. Angelo says Oxhorn is the definition of big sexy. Okay, yeah, I'll go with it.
This is Grafton's mayor speaking. To anyone who can hear me,
Sounds good. Okay, so we got to stop them. I remember we came here earlier in like broadcast number 2, a long time ago. Event failed? What? Oh, come on. I arrived here just in time for the event to fail. Well, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Really annoying. Okay, so I can't do that event. But nearby there's the Defend the Grafton Steel Yard event. Let's try this. Okay. Let's try defending the Grafton Steel Yard. If we can get there in time before the event fails. Grafton Steel. There are a couple of other locations nearby which I haven't discovered yet, which I'm eager to discover. So let's do all that. And the event's gone. Whoops, and I fell off. Bolivar says, I meant it was instant. They charged me, punched me, and exploded, killing me instantly. I don't know how, but just warning you, seems someone can charge you. Okay. Well, okay, look, the event, I understand how events work. The event starts, even without you, a timer goes by, and while the event is live, on the map, there's a big marker, and you can fast travel to the event. But this is the third event in the past 2 live streams that I've tried to participate in, and I have been unable to due to the event failing or the time expiring before I can even get involved. Last week, we tried to get involved with summoning the Mothman, which I really wanted to do, but the event stopped. The timer ended before I could collect all of the bioluminescent fluid. And now, I fast traveled to 2 different locations, and the event stops just as I get there. So there's something messed up and wrong with that, I have to admit. Now, there's a couple of unmarked locations nearby that I want to discover before we move on. I'm not fast traveling to another event, I can tell you that. Nocturnal Chanson says, I found another excavator mod plan on a cabinet in the ash heap near Red Rocket. I, too, found an excavator power armor mod during my last live stream. Congratulations to you. It was the first excavator power armor mod that I had found. I was really glad to have found it. But those are, again, randomized, so it's not like there are statically placed world objects of power armor mods in the game. They're all randomly generated. Even if you were to do server hopping and go back to the exact same location, it would be a different mod. Okay, so there's a lookout tower up here, which I didn't discover when I came by last time. The last time I was here, remember I just stopped by at a really low level while I was on my way. I was trying to find Abby's bunker. This was before I realized that Abby's bunker was an important location in the main plot. So I went through a bunch of stuff without actually doing any of the stuff. This is why I recommend people just follow the primary quest, because it's going to take you to most of this anyway, and you're not going to miss out on stuff. Courtney says, hello, my dear. Just wanted to finally tip you. I've been following your channel for about 4 years now. Love everything you do along with the lore. Well, that's very kind, Courtney. Thank you so much for your tip and, of course, for following all of these years. Okay, maybe we can get some new locations on our map if we survey the area up this tower. In before he runs out of cores, says Alan. Yeah, I have noticed that I've been going through cores much faster lately. I don't know if they changed the amount by which the fusion core is consumed or what, but yeah, I've been consuming my fusion cores at a much faster pace. Okay, we've got a map of Appalachia, but no pins on the map, so nothing to discover there. Purified water. Let's look. There's the owner. Oh, note. Bosley's note. You can find him across the lake on the roof of Grafton Steel at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Take out Mr. Henrik, and your debt is paid? Looks like we may need to go to Grafton Steel despite the event not being active right now, if there's indeed a corpse on the rooftop that we can discover to learn a little bit of lore. So he died, this raider sniper died with a beautiful view of Grafton Steel. Let's survey the area. The Grafton Steel yard. Hey, I discovered 2 new locations. Great. The Grafton Steel yard, which looks like a workshop. Welcome, new member Courtney. Thank you for becoming a member. Is that it? Just the steel yard? Deuteronomus says, remember, we suggested you equip only half power fusion cores so they drain faster and clear up inventory space. Seems like that's been what you've been doing. That might be it. Looks like that's really the only location, so we need to go to Grafton Steel and the steel yard. I'm interested. I want to see if he actually assassinated his target on the rooftop of Grafton Steel. So let's head that way and check it out. And then once we fully explore that, we'll head back to camp, grab a couple more fusion cores so we don't run out. And then finally go to the White Springs bunker. Baker says, has anyone ever told you that your beard is majestic? Oh, I've heard it before, but you know what? I'll hear it again. There's no such thing as too much flattery here on Oxhorn's channel. I'll take it all. Activity Center 2, this is the Pioneer Scout Camp. We came by here. I don't know if we gave it our full attention when we did come by here. HDP says, hey, Oxhorn, I've been here for like a year or so, I think. For the past couple of days, I've been binge watching your channel. Love you, brother. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here today for a live stream. Glad you caught me live. Zachary says, hey, mate, big fan. Thank you for all your hard work. Well, you are indeed welcome. I'm privileged to be able to play this game and other games for all of you. Speaking of which, we're nearing an end of Fallout 76 content. I know, as strange as it may be to hear that, but we have nearly found every single location, completed every quest. There will come a time where there's really nothing new to do in this game. Now, that said, there is going to be a patch upcoming soon that adds a new gameplay aspect to the game, a survival mode, which is weird because it's already a survival game, but they're adding a survival mode to this survival game. That might make things a little bit more interesting. We might be able to do that some more. Here, hold on a second. We got a note. Scout book forward. Forward to the 2075 edition of the Pioneer Scout Handbook. Survival, teamwork, research, discovery, and innovation. It's these three principles that Pioneer Scouts were founded on that reflect the spirit of exploration during the founding, exploration, and expansion of the United States. More than anything else, we look to the example of two men, Thomas Jefferson and Meriwether Lewis. Together, they created a plan and a team to explore a vast unknown continent where the fastest thing in the world was a horse. They faced this daunting challenge with courage, methodical planning, innovation, and a crew of seasoned veterans and natives. Minzy says, what's the place above Route 59? Looks great out on your map. I'll have to check it. Ignis says, hey, Ox, drink. All right, I will be sure to do so. Rachel says, Ox, you can find the excavator mods at vendors. They will not have the excavator in the name. They'll just be called calibrated shocks, etc. And show that they have black titanium. Oh, I didn't realize that if they didn't. Those are excavator mods. Okay, that's not confusing. I wonder why they wouldn't name it excavator. I guess excavator is just a long word. What took them 2 years, we can do in less than an hour now, but we are only able to do so because the spirit and innovation embodied in these explorers. Step-by-step innovation, overcoming challenge. We built this country together. You represent the next generation of men and women who will push ever upwards towards the future of boundless possibility. See you on the trail, Edmund King, Marshal of the Pioneer Scouts of America. Okay, so we've got a Pioneer Scouts Marshal who was here at this camp when the bombs dropped and working on a forward to the 2075 version of the Scout Book Manual, which he apparently was almost done with, but never finished, or at least never got published because of the end of the world. Anyway, as I was saying, there will come a time when we will be out of Fallout 76 content to cover on the live streams, in which case we'll have to tackle other games. But thankfully, Metro Exodus is going to be coming out soon, next month, in fact. I've been eagerly waiting for that game. I plan to be doing a lot of live streams of that game when it comes out. In fact, I might cover it in the same way I covered Fallout 76 when it first released. For those who remember, if you're not new subscribers, when Fallout 76 released, I stopped publishing lore videos for about a week and did nothing but Fallout 76 live streams on the channel. So that I could, just get my feet wet and really understand the game. So we may do that with, oh, come on, let me in there. There we go. Bobblehead, big guns. I'm tempted to do that for Metro Exodus when it comes out because I'm so looking forward to the game. And it's going to be out in early February. So let me know your thoughts on that. Scout Book fundraisers. Pioneer Scouts of America Handbook fundraisers and fundraising. Where possible, fundraisers and fundraising should involve the community in some way. Bake sales, running competitions, restoration and cleaning projects, innovation fairs, and intramural competitions can be used to interact with the community, forging a closer bond and sense of commitment. Adult approval and supervision must be obtained for all fundraising activities. Non-intrusive. We want to bring the community to us, not pester them with baubles and goodies. We want to bring the community closer to the natural environment. Training. Use the skills you've learned to train members of the community. Most of you are trained in CPR. A great way to raise money are CPR and survival classes. Scouts are not allowed to sell pharmaceuticals, surplus commercial products, protection services, or to engage in criminal activity of any kind. Is this an anti-MLM marketing jab? In the lore of Fallout 76? Thank you for the tip, Brutillion. I do appreciate it. Well, we're learning a whole lot about the Pioneer Scouts of America. That's for sure. Not exactly the most scintillating lore, but it is realistic. After all, if we really were exploring a post-apocalyptic wasteland, we would uncover a bunch of lore like this, which isn't necessarily fascinating, but does teach us more about the people who lived and died here. So, I'll take it. Get the supply drop. I'm going to unmark that. I'm just not interested in getting the supply drop. I've gotten my fair share of supply drops. This is a very large pioneer camp, which I discovered but never fully explored over a month ago. Oh, great. Am I stuck? So let's give it a once over. Wow, look at all of these little huts. Can you drink water? Ox says, Game Monster. Yeah, I will. I'm sorry. I get caught up in the game and in talking, and I forget that my character has to survive or die. Okay, drink. Company tea. Nuka-Cola cherry. All right, we're good. Pumpkin pie, getting hungry there. Grilled hermit crab. Oh, yeah, that's going bad soon. Let's gobble a couple of those and one more of those and a glowing meat steak. Tasty. Deuteronomus says, funny thing is the face cam covers the food and water meter, so we can't bug Oxhorn to eat and drink. Oh, no, I realize that's half the fun. Let me see if I can move that. Is that better? It's so frustrating. When I want to do an event, I can't do an event. When I don't want to do an event, they harass me to do an event. Every time I go to Morgantown, I get the Steelheart event. Every time I go to Vaultec University, I get the stupid Mama Dolce's event. But when I want to do an event, they all expire before I can. I don't know what a better system would be, but there's got to be a better system. Dante says, how many years are you, Oxhorn? I've always wondered. Are you 30? You are very kind and flattering. No, I'm 37. I'll take 30. Sure, why not? You're only as young as you feel, right? In that case, I'm 30. Nocturne Chanson says Atomic Hearts. Looks like it's going to be a good game. Fallout meets Bioshock. Anything described as Fallout meets Bioshock is instantly interesting in my book. I had a blast with Bioshock 1. That's another thing. I haven't finished Bioshock, any of the other Bioshocks besides the first one. So it's possible that we could include Bioshock as part of our live streaming coverage here on the channel. Who knows? Courtney says, will you play Outer Worlds when it comes out? Absolutely. That's another game that I want to live stream here on my channel when it comes out. I'm excited about it. Deuteronomus says, perfect. Now we can harass you at our leisure. Good. I'm glad you're happy. Okay, here we are at Steel. Hold on. Let's take a look. It's getting night. I don't see the event we want, though. What is going on here? What event? The Dolly Sods Campground. I haven't done that event. See, we're getting to the point where I've discovered almost every location and done every quest, so that now I'm interested in doing the events that I've missed. And there are a lot of events I have not done, so maybe we'll try to track down some of those. Bioshock 2 will please you. That's what I've been told. I really enjoyed Bioshock 1. I wish I could... you know, the gameplay was a bit challenging for me. It was so alien to what I was used to. I finally got the hang of it towards the end of the game there. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, he got chewed up. Ooh. Is this evidence of a pre-war murder? Or when the bombs dropped, did he just say, forget it, and he jumped inside the conveyor belt? Oh, that's nasty. B Rebel says, hey, Oxhorn, speaking of Metro Exodus, today's the last day it's available on Steam. After that, only the developer launcher? Are you kidding me? Hey, I'm glad you guys are here. You're teaching me things. Hold on a minute. You're right. I'm so glad you guys are here. You're absolutely right. So I just checked it out on Steam, and it says that the developer has decided that they want to have it on their own platform, and today is the last day to buy it on Steam. If you do buy it on Steam, according to what they say here on Steam, the developer will still continue to provide people who purchase it on Steam with everything that you're going to get by buying it on the developer platform. But I don't want to have to install another platform on my machine. I've already got Bethesda and Battle.net and GOG and Steam and all. I don't want to install another one, so I'm going to get this on Steam real quick. Hang tight. I know this isn't, what you're supposed to do during a live stream, but thank you for telling me about this. Hold on a sec. Almost done. Hold on. Almost done. Aha! I got it. Okay, look, I normally don't pre-buy games. I don't think pre-purchasing is good for the industry. I certainly don't think that it's good for consumers. But every now and then you get forced into a wall where you have to pre-purchase it to enjoy the content you want to from the game. That's the way I felt for Fallout 76. I would have never pre-purchased it. Of course, I still would have played it, but I would have never pre-purchased it had I not had this channel and had I not wanted the helmet. The helmet is cool. And the beta. See, when they wrapped the beta in with the pre-purchasing of the game, that was frustrating. But yeah, that's why I haven't pre-purchased Metro Exodus, even though I did plan to buy it until just now. And the only reason I pre-purchased it now is because it's not going to be on Steam anymore. Well, there we go. I got it. So we will be enjoying that game when it comes out. Hey, what's this? Clown outfit. I already have one, but I'm going to keep it on hand just so that I can get rid of a doggone miscellaneous quest, which for some reason is back on. Here, what's this? Important memo. Grafton Steel memorandum to all employees from Stacy Tibbetts, HR manager. I'm pleased to announce that Grafton Steel has officially been named a government-preferred war contractor. Your efforts will defeat the commies. With this news comes some exciting changes. One, effective immediately, all shifts will begin working a 672 schedule to make our production quota. Remember, with your 12-hour shift, you will get a half an hour for lunch at your workstation and 3 15-minute breaks. Oh. 2, under the Wartime Workers Act, you will be given time and a half pay for the 11th and 12th hour of each day. So there's some extra money coming your way. Hooray! 3, sick time is no longer paid. A doctor's note is required for any absence. Support the war effort at Grafton Steel. Stacy Tibbetts, HR Manager, Grafton Steel. Ooh, pretty devilish there. But not surprising. This is, after all, the Fallout universe. All right, let's see if we can get to the rooftop and find the corpse of the assassin victim. Hold on a sec. Let's see if I missed anything while I was away buying that game. Thank you, B Rebel, for letting me know about that. I really appreciate it. Patrick B says, how are you jumping so high, Ox? I have the marsupial mutation. And I was able to keep it. The starched genes perk allows you to keep any mutation that you get. Laura says, the quest, kill a Wendigo in a clown costume, is repeatable. If you do it, it will be back. I don't understand that. Why do they make you do it again and again? I mean, the last thing I want to do is keep a clown costume on my inventory at all times in order to complete that particular event whenever it pops up. That miscellaneous quest. Okay, whatever. I'm going to stop being grumpy. I get grumpy, and then I don't get fun. Let me stop being grumpy now. Okay, what have we got here? Let's interpret this scene. I want to work. I ain't a commie, but I get where they're coming from. Whoa, I think we just stumbled upon something horrible here. Give our jobs back or we'll take yours. So did some of the steel workers get laid off here? We got a cop car, a police security baton. What is this guy doing? He's grappling with a Mr. Handy. He has one of the Mr. Handy's eyes in his hand. Oh, now it's too dark. It's not going to show up. Oh, that sound glitch is really annoying. Wish there was something I could do about it. More of them. Look at this. They brought out an Assaultron to keep the peace. Look at this guy. These guys trying to storm through the windows. Whoa. Man, I love that. Alright, I thought I saw a way up there. Brotato Chip says, check out gameplay for Atomic Hearts. You might like it. Sounds interesting. I'll be sure to check it out. Hold on, before going up, where does this lead? I don't believe we were here. Lots of workbenches down here. Huh. That's where we came in. Okay. Oh, and it goes back down. Oh, wait a minute. This is where we came out. Okay, let's see. Where's the hilltop? Oh, for Pete's sake! Once every time. Once every live stream. Did they disconnect me because of the sound glitch? Are they watching my live broadcast and says, "Oh man, this sound glitch is making us look bad. Let's disconnect him so that he can log in with a fixed sound glitch." Oh, it's having me log in again. No. I'm not that vain to think that they're actually watching my broadcast. All right, well, at least when we log back in, the sound glitch will be fixed. Okay. Come on. Play. Courtney says coffee. Yeah. That's what this is. Gemma says Truman Show. I mean, Truman Show was predicted the future a bit, didn't it? Deuteronomus says, was it really a sound glitch or just a nearby turret shooting at something? It was a sound glitch. It was a turret that had begun shooting at something, but then after it was destroyed or after it stopped shooting, the game didn't recognize that and then continued to play the sound effect. It's the same glitch that was in Fallout 4. So it's a glitch that has carried on over from Fallout 4 into Fallout 76. They apparently never fixed it. Nicholas says, is it discovered why everyone died? Yeah, everyone died because of the Scorched beasts and the Scorched. Okay. I can claim the workshop at any time. Looks like none of the events that I wanted are going on. Leader of the Pack is going on at the Tyler County Fairgrounds. We explored that. Okay. All right, I want to come back to finish exploring Grafton Steel, but since it lost my progress anyway, let's go back to my camp. Get some fusion cores, drop off some junk, quickly check the Enclave bunker for the power armor mods that I want. Then let's go to the Tyler County Fairgrounds, which we explored in my last live stream on day 30, and to do the event there, because the event wasn't going on when we were there and exploring it, so we missed out on like a lot of the lore because the event wasn't going on, which is the problem with events. Jason says, and a tip for the crash. Thank you, Jason. That goes back to a live stream where I said if everyone tipped every time I crashed, I'd be a millionaire by now. But don't do that because you would be losing a lot of money, to be perfectly honest. All right, purified water. This purified water generator is working really well for me. Pretty stoked about it. All right, let's drop off our scrap. Sure, let's take those 5. Any food that needs to be cooked? March says, Oxhorn, did you manage to be able to look into the cabins near Vault 76 that have some weird screamings that are haunted? Yeah, I did a video on that. Well, I didn't do a video on that. I did a live stream about that, and I will do a video on that. We did find the source of the screaming. The event is still going on. Okay. Quickly, to the White Springs service entrance. Greetings from Poland, says Digital Blood. Thank you for the greetings. Greetings from Seattle, Washington. It's good to see so many people from abroad watching this fine program. I'm so glad you told me about Metro Exodus on Steam. I can't tell you how relieved I am. Michael Wonder with the tip. Thank you, sir. He says, I have a cup of coffee and a cigar on me. Ox, might I recommend a Rocky Patel Vintage 1999 Connecticut, my favorite smoke. Is that with the Connecticut leaf wrapper? I always love a cigar with a Connecticut leaf wrapper. Don't know why. It's really fragile. I tend to mess them up because the wrappers rip so easily, but I do love those smokes. Well, greetings from Canada, greetings from Alaska, hi from England, greetings from Northern Ireland. Wow, we got people from all over today. Mary Allen says, when will you do Broken Steel? I will do the Broken Steel DLC for Fallout 3 after I complete the primary story of Fallout 3, because Broken Steel pretty much carries on the primary plot. It picks up where the main story of the game leaves off. So I can't even start it until I do a series on the main plot of the game. So stay tuned for that. Steam should sponsor you. I purchased Metro 2. Well, I have no relationship with Steam at the moment, but I'm already so invested in Steam that VATS Matrix, Rusty Knuckles, and the headlamp. Disappointing, disappointing, disappointing. Well, all right, let's see if we can go catch that event before it ends. Let's go to Vault 76 to save money, and then to the Tyler County Fairgrounds. We're flying all over the map today. Greetings from Denmark, Maine, Cyprus, Hawaii, Tennessee, Connecticut, Denver, Iran, Mexico, Oklahoma, Cybertron, Wisconsin, Rhode Island, SoCal, Williamsburg, Virginia, Oregon, holy cow, Jacksonville, Florida. Welcome, good to have you all here. We've got a cosmopolitan stream going on. Okay, event leader of the pack, let's join the event. Man, why? You can't fast travel to... Did you see that? It ends just as I'm about to get there. Oh, can't believe it. So annoying. That is just so annoying. I can't. Let's go back to Grafton Steel. Pick up where we left off before we got disconnected. That's the fourth event I've tried to join and haven't been able to participate in because it ends before I get there. There's got to be some sort of... I mean, I don't know how to fix the problem. It's not an obvious problem to solve because it is a persistent world, and I understand that, and Bethesda can't have multiple people doing the same event at different times, but it's a bad user experience. Okay, back at Grafton Steel, we're still trying to get to the top there to see if the assassin we found at the top of the nearby building actually succeeded. Let's hope we don't disconnect from the server this time while exploring Grafton Steel. Now, where were we? Well, okay, we went up there last time. Let's go to the workroom. And this is the workroom. They're all low level, which is great. We're here for the lore anyway. Oh, come on. Might as well get the caps. Let them come for me. I don't want to waste my ammunition on these guys. Roof access. We were there. Let's head up here. That, if we recall, goes in a big loop. Does it let us up there? No, it doesn't. It sends us back down here. Okay, so we need to get up here. Here we go. End of dungeon, steamer truck. Hey, what's this? We've got a dead worker up here. Is he in line of sight of the sniper roost? He may be. Fortney's furnace key. He was smoking a cigarette when he died. Is that the guy who was assassinated? Fortney's furnace key. Does that mean there's a furnace that we can loot? And who's Fortney? Looks like we need to get some more lore. Why do super mutants have caps? For the same reason they have bones. They used to be human. Likely still carrying some of what they had when they were human. Kyle says, Oxhorn, what is your next Fallout lore series? Well, I'll just keep that a secret for now, but I'll give you a hint. It's either going to be Fallout 1, Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, or Fallout 76. Sorry, I know I'm being a jerk. Hello. I was just here. How did you get here? Alex says, Ox, you mean in this game they were actually carrying caps when the bombs dropped? No, the super mutants we find in Fallout 76 are not pre-war super mutants. They're people who have stumbled upon the town of Huntersville or been dragged to the town of Huntersville by other super mutants and infected after the bombs. Remember, even after the bombs dropped, the responders and the Brotherhood of Steel completely cleared all of the super mutants in Huntersville. So our only logical conclusion is that that we can make is that the super mutants we do find were created after the Scorched event, after the Brotherhood and the responders all became extinct due to the Scorched beasts, because the waters of Huntersville were still infected with FEV. People who stumbled upon the waters became super mutants. Man, how many mutants are here? Good grief. I mean, it's not that big a deal. They're all really low level. But there are just a whole lot of them. Well, I wonder what this key opens. Alex says, oh, gotcha. So everyone was using camps by that point. Yeah.
Aha! Going to be a good fight. Aha! Going to be a good fight.
What is this? This the blast furnace? A key to the blast furnace? All right, well, here we are at the blast furnace. We found the key. Now just to figure out what went on here. What is that? It's a tank, and I can't get it. Red and heal ox. All right. They just don't stop. They don't stop. Ooh, blast furnace. Restricted access. Due to the ongoing investigation about the attempted sabotage of the blast furnace, we are restricting access to approved personnel only. Supervisor Fortney will be in charge of shift handoff of the keys, and the door shall remain locked under all hours. Management. All right, fine. I'll take care of my health. Okay, so now we know why the door was locked, and we know why we found the key on his inventory. Does anyone know where I can get shotgun shells? Probably the same place I get them. I just make them. Build them at a tinkerer's workbench. And it's the same thing. Drop your spoiled goods. Yeah, good call. Okay. So we were here. Smelter? Let's check out the smelter in a minute. Let's go to the very bottom of the blast furnace here to see what we got. Good day. Where's your wavy hair? Says Line Cliche. Well, today is an official stream day, so things are much more formal. I've got my show hat on. It's my show hat. Well, all the doors lead in, but I guess we're trying to figure out what the point of this is. Well, maybe the point of the blast furnace is to lead to the smelter. Or was that over there? Yeah, is that it? Like, what do we do here? Is it just lots of monsters? Just, kill lots of monsters? Alright, well, let's go to the smelter. See if there's anything there.
Yes! Come! Yes! Come!
Nice slippers, buddy. Ooh, we got some lava down there. Still flowing after all these years. Can I not get in there? I mean, not that I want to get in there. I'd probably burn to death. But I wonder, is that off limits? Is there a door out there? Yeah, it must come in through that pipe. Okay, I think this might be it for the
No fight today.
Grafton Steel yard. Now there's a workshop nearby that I could claim. I might clear it just for the sake of exploring it, but I don't know if I want to claim it. Yeah, and this brings me full circle, and this is where I started. All right, let's run over to the opposite end just to make sure I've got everything. Line Cliche says, we found a huge typo in the game on PS4. In the challenges menu under combat, it says craft or scrap showguns. Can you confirm that on on PC? Okay. Is there a challenges menu? Challenges. Combat. Showguns. You're right. I mean, it's not a huge bug. It's a typo. But craft or scrap showguns. Oh, yeah. I haven't been following this. I didn't realize there was a challenges menu. Look at all of this. I've completed a lot of challenges, but not all of them. So I'm on 76 for most of these. The final one is 76. Oh, no. No, there's a lot. Cool. Rolling mill. Did I go into the rolling mill? No, I mean if the door's closed, I didn't go. Okay, so I didn't get it all. Okay, so here's the Grafton Steel yard. That leads back to the smelter. Oh, jackpot on Nuka-Cola. It'll keep me hydrated for a while. Finally, a terminal. Repair plan.
I don't know what all they put in the furnace, but it's calmed it up good. Wouldn't have been so bad if y'all just shut the damn thing down for a few weeks and cleaned out the blast. At this point, whatever it is, at this point it's fused with every damn part from the furnace to the smelter and the mills.
Look, Mason, I don't need to hear it. Can you keep it running or not?
It ain't gonna be easy. Whatever's going on chemically, it's pretty toxic and corrosive at that. You're gonna have to keep making near constant repairs. I can mark the areas, but it's not gonna stop the ash.
Foreman doesn't give a damn about the ash. The workers brought it on themselves, now they get to live with it. Besides, the bots don't care. All the more reason to continue the workforce changeover.
So, that's it then. Just keep replacing bots and machinery and let the plant destroy the valley and break up the strikers?
If you got a problem with that, we can cancel payment.
It's just... Just get me in the van, okay? And get me out of here before anyone sees me.
Yeah, pleasure doing business with you. We'll recommend you to our friends.
Ooh.
Don't ever contact me again after this. And erase my name off that holotape. I went over the needed repairs. That's enough.
Fine.
So, Fortney was the supervisor. That was his corpse at the top. He was assassinated by a raider? That was a raider corpse we found at the top of that tower with a sniper rifle. What was a raider doing before the bombs dropped, assassinating a steel mill foreman, presumably because he bought a bunch of robots and poisoned his workers? Oh, the terminal doesn't work? Oh, there's brain fungus in his actual skull. Oh, that's just brain. That is brain fungus. Nice touch. Ali says, if you're running mutations, don't take Radx. It suppresses mutations. Also, search by value in notes for plans. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Ally. Or Allie. Well, let's claim the mill. While we're here, might as well. The workshop can't be claimed with enemies nearby. Okay. What do we get? Oil? So this is an oil. Name Nasir says, Oxhorn, hello from Malaysia, man. Hello, Nasir. Good to have you here. Is that it? Oh my gosh. So I think one of the reasons why I've never really been into the workshop thing before is due to the fragility and instability of the Bethesda servers for this game. Because what's the point? I mean, not to beat a dead horse or anything, but we've been crashing multiple times every single broadcast. And not because of anything we've done, but because of the server instability. And every time we crash, we log back into a server. Like, there's no way to choose a server to build at or to log in at unless you're partied with someone. Like, if you're partied with someone and you're in the same group, then you can join the server that your friend was on. But the flaw in that is that it presumes that the friend doesn't also get kicked out of the server. And if it's a server problem, then of course anyone on that server is going to get kicked off, which means you lose your workshop. After you invest all this time and energy and resources into claiming it, 31 caps to claim this workshop. After spending your caps and your resources defending and claiming the workshop, the server goes down and you lose it, right? So I think workshops like this are a good idea. They're interesting, and I do look forward to seeing more PvP combat around servers and settlements built at servers. But really, they're only going to be... the world needs to be more persistent. The server needs to be much more stable in order for the workshop, I think, to really start to see use. Power up the mineral extractor at Grafton Steel Yard. Okay. I see. So I gotta power it up. Is there a source of electricity anywhere? Or am I gonna have to build one? I'm gonna have to build one. This is what I meant by resources. Let's just do something real cheap. How much does this need? It needs 20? 20? Holy cow. All right. I'll be getting through a lot of stuff I don't need anyway. 5, 10, 15, 20. Power connectors, there we go. There you go. B-Rebel says, but you get a random blueprint every time you claim a workshop for much less caps than buying it from a vendor. That's true. That's true. But you also find blueprints all over the place. And with the vendor, it's not random. That's the point of the vendor. You know exactly what you're getting. With finding the blueprints all over the world, you don't know what you're getting. It is random. And it's the same with claiming a workshop. So you could still do it over and over again. And you'll be spending the same, if not more, money to get the blueprint that you want, because it's just a gamble. Workshops have their own resources in green. What do you mean by that? I guess Pain Train didn't do much on these guys. Okay, and the next one I need to power... Oh, more. Here we go. Killer 6764 with a tip. Thank you very much. Looks like there's going to be another wave of anglers, but I also need to power up this over here. Where is it? There it is. All right, so let's just daisy chain. Oh, for Pete's sake. These guys are tough for level 15 critters. Oh man, he's attacking my workshop. Whoa! He one-shot killed me? Wow, you were right about the one-shot kill. Not sure how he did that. I mean, I'm in power armor, a full suit of power armor, and he one-shot killed me with a shotgun. And all of the super mutants are back, of course. What is that gun he's got? Holy cow. Holy cow. I wasn't even engaged in PvP combat, and he one-shot killed me with whatever gun he's got. That's insane. Well, so much for that. Let's go check the Enclave bunker again. Two-shot explosive weapon? Maybe, but so if I had engaged in PvP with him, I would understand it. But the way the game is supposed to work is before you attack back, if somebody is just tagging you, the damage that they're able to do is really limited. For example, when I was streaming a few months ago, not a few months ago, a few weeks ago, I was at Dire Chemical, and I got attacked by like 6 or 7 different guys. I got attacked by 6 or 7 different guys, and they were all in full suits of power armor, and they just fired on me and just attacked and attacked and attacked, and I ignored them. They were trying to goad me into attacking back so that their attacks would do full damage against me. But I just ignored them, and they eventually went away. But just now, I didn't attack back, and he one-shot killed me. Just as the gentleman in the chat said could happen. Strangely enough. And that's the first time I've experienced that. I mean, he was double the levels of me. He was like a level 134 or something like that. But that doesn't matter because it's not like he gets more special points or more perk slots after that. I was in the workshop area. Taking a workshop tags you for PvP. Oh, I see. Meistlian says workshop is PvP. I see. So he was able to do full damage. Gotcha. That would make a bit more sense. But still, one-shotting a level 77 character in a full suit of excavator power armor with one shot from a shotgun. There's something weird about that. I mean, I could understand if he was getting off a sneak critical. Like if he was a sniper and he had a rifle and he was getting off a sneak critical with 3 times the damage. But if you're just standing there and you point blank shoot at someone with a shotgun and you one-shot kill him? He must have perk cards for explosions, and it's an explosive shotgun, and yeah, I don't know. Same mods, the exact same mods. Vladimir says workshop is mandatory PvP zone and a 2-shot explosive shotgun where each pellet explodes rock. Oh, so the damage is multiplied per pellet of the shotgun. Deuteronomus says that's why they're nerfing the 2-shot explosive legendary effect. Maldrin says there has been a duplication glitch going on and a bunch of broken, overpowered weapons spread around like wildfire. So that now everyone has an explosive 2-shot weapon doing around 12,000 or more damage. Okay. Alright, well that would make sense. Well, we don't know if that character used a duplication glitch. Maybe he got a 2-shot legendary explosive shotgun. You know, through legit means. We don't know. Okay, now, there was another event going on that I wanted to tinker with, but it's probably gone now. I don't want to power up a plant. That's just going to be a nightmare. Looks like a bunch of PvP people are over here. I'm not going to deal with that. So, there are some places over here that I haven't discovered yet. Scorched Horde the Forest. I haven't done that yet. Let's do that. Deuteronomus says 2-shot does 100% damage and explosive also does 100% damage, explosive damage. They're nerfing it down to 25. Okay. So they understand that this is an issue and people are just taking advantage of it while they can. All right. It'll be interesting. Event started. The forest. Wipe out the horde that's infesting the forest. Okay. Scorched Horde. Is this an Enclave event? Whoa. Find the source of the Scorched Horde. Oh, I've got to travel all over the place. Okay. Well, let's go to the Vaultec Agricultural. So I had to fast travel there to get the event, and then I have to fast travel to 3 other locations to complete it? Jaffin says it'll be gone by the time you try to join. Maybe. My only worry is that I'll run out of time by the time I try to finish it. Okay, so let's wipe out the Horde here by the Vaultec Agricultural.
Begin mulching substitutes. Potential contact target. Commence biological material processing.
And it moved. It moved. Oh, no. So I can go to any number of these locations. Find the source of the Scorched Horde. 1 of 4 searched. So I just have to fast travel there? Okay, let's try that. Vonderbergen says, keep up your good work. Thank you, Vonderbergen. Josh Washburn says, PvP only servers for the win. I don't know. So with the inability to choose servers, that makes things difficult. They are coming out with an update to the patch, or they're coming out with a new patch that updates the game with basically a PvP mode. And the PvP mode is what they call survival, where there is no passive mode. Everyone is just PvP only. And that sounds a little interesting. I might experiment with that later on. We had a lot of fun at this power plant. Not a lot of... I mean, there was a bit of lore. I should probably... Or this Nuka-Cola factory. I should probably do a lore video on it eventually. What, is it? I hope I don't have to go inside. I hope it's still outside. Nope, I do have to go inside. Okay, Chief says, hi, Ox, have you found fusion cores draining faster? I am getting the impression that they're draining faster. I don't have any evidence that they are, but they feel like they drain faster to me. Find the source of the Scorched. I mean, I really don't want to have to explore this entire facility again. Nicholas says, did you discover what happened to the baby from Huntersville? No, we never did. Draco says they're draining faster due to the last patch. Is that it? I thought I felt like they were going faster. I don't remember reading in the patch notes that they were draining faster. Huh. Well, I don't know where... Let's just go to another location. Well, that's going to make us go inside Riverside Manor. No thanks. Whoa! Server lag. Server lag. What's going on? I can't move anything. Can't move my mouse. Is that me? Was that me? Maybe that was me. Mama Dolces and Vaultec. Are you guys... Are they going to make us go inside? Well, then, if that's the case, I don't want to bother with it. Forget that. I've already been inside all of those places. Done lore videos on many of them, and I'm not going to waste my time exploring every corner looking for some Scorched. Alright, so let's just continue exploring some of the places we haven't discovered yet. Like over here. Wow, lots to discover over here. And only a few of them. Nope, they all are. Okay, so let's see what this is first. The gamer guy says, yeah, it was your stream lag. Okay, so it wasn't them, it was me. It must have been a computer hiccup. Lewis & Sons Farming Supply. .10mm true short barrel. No power. Come on. Oh my God. Oh, okay, I gotta stop freaking out like this. I mean, every time this happens, I pretend like it's not expected. But it is expected. Of course it's expected. This is Fallout 76. Tell you what, I'm gonna take the opportunity to go get myself a cigar. It's afternoon. Oh, it's not afternoon. It's almost afternoon. It's 30 minutes away from noon, which means I'm almost to the point where I can enjoy a cigar without shame. All right, too many crickets. I'm going to go get a cigar. I'll be right back. Oh. That's some water. Here, almost out of water. This keeps up, I might as well play Fallout 2. I have to capture footage for a lore series anyway, so it's not like I would be wasting my time. Lucky 768 says, the server used to be a lot worse. Yeah, it did used to be a lot worse. I remember earlier in my live streams crashing 3 or 4 times per broadcast, but we've only been broadcasting for an hour and 35 minutes. Usually I'll get at least one. After the recent patch, which was supposed to improve server stability, I would still crash at least once per broadcast, but my broadcasts are like around 4 hours long. We're only at an hour and 35 minutes into this broadcast, and we've already crashed twice due to the server. Everyone is saying, do it, play Fallout 2. We had a lot of fun with Fallout 2 last night. I did a live stream of Fallout 2 when we went to Broken Hills and met Marcus, which was a lot of fun. I have that recording up on my channel if you want to rewatch it. I did that one on Twitch, not YouTube. But there's still so much in Fallout 76 I want to uncover. So we're going to be doing this for a while, at least until Metro Exodus comes out. Okay. Come on. It's going to make me exit out completely. Welcome, new member, Random Oofer. Good to have you on the program today. Nicholas says it's just as annoying when your camp can't be placed. Yeah. I'm glad they fixed the horrible problem where if you try to log in and your camp can't be placed, the camp would just be put into your camp inventory. It just automatically destroyed your entire camp. They changed that so that now it only removes your camp if you physically remove it, which is great because that was infuriating. I was really upset when that happened. That was one of the reasons why I haven't put a lot of time and attention into my camp, because I knew that at any moment the entire camp could just get destroyed. But they changed that so that now you have to physically move it. Dante says, where do you buy your suspenders? I get them on Amazon. I buy them from the Hold 'em Up company. They produce a good type of suspender that doesn't harm your clothing. How am I back here? I was in a completely different area. I had just discovered Lewis & Sons farming, but it looks like I have to discover that again. All right, well. Whoa. One of the bottles fell on over into the river. No! Oh, dang. Ooh, and I just fell down. I just clipped through the bottle. I'm in the bottle now. Come on. I should at least be able to stand on the bottle. Ooh, it's an invisible wall keeping me from moving. You cannot go that way. Well, then how was I able to fall down in here? Hey, what's this? Wow, I didn't know that turning depth of field off would remove the entire water effect. Holy cow, look at that. Ha! And I cannot go that way. Looks like this is the only way I can go. Rebecca says, hi from the UK. Ox, glad you chose to side with the NCR and fall into Vegas. And your character is going to need a drink soon. Yes. Well, I made a mistake by jumping into here. I thought I could stand on the big bottle, but I can't. You clip right through it. Fallen Pilot says, have you ever had a black powder rifle have 4 shots loaded? Yeah, I have that weapon. It's called the Dragon, and I'll use it every now and then on Scorched beasts, but the reload on it is so slow that it's not a very practical weapon. Okay, well, safe at the bottom. Cool. Let's continue back to where we were over here. By the way, is it just me, or do you get a lot of syringers in this game? No, you do. You get a lot of syringers and a lot of cryolators. For some reason, just the cryolator, apparently in West Virginia, was a really popular weapon. It's just all over the place. And the Tesla rifle. We also get the Tesla rifle a bit. Castiel says, on the PS4, there's a limit to how many pictures you can take. Is it same for the PC? Well, there's not a limit to the number of pictures you can take on the PC. What I don't know if there's a limit to the number of pictures that they will show in the slides, the loading slides on the PC. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to check it out. All right, well, we're back. Let's just hope we don't crash again. Syringer glow sights. Speaking of the syringer, did you get the wedding ring yet? I have a wedding ring. I didn't know it was the wedding ring. Is it the only wedding ring in the game? Oxhorn, what's your favorite gun in Fallout 76? Well, I'm frustrated because there are a few new guns that are a lot of fun, but none of which I use. Like the The Gatling plasma is pretty cool, and the old crank gun, I forget what it's called now, but it's pretty cool. I just never use them because I find that the old Fallout 4 weapons are just as good, if not better. So despite all the new guns, you know, I still find myself using a Gauss rifle. Harry PC says, Ox, take a look in front of those tractors in the barn. Braxo. Okay, I did. What was I supposed to see? Coca-Cola time, Mark. Okay. Okay. This one's down. So we got two up here, off in the distance. But let's go over here first. Ribcage and pelvis. A random grave just on the side of the road. Interesting. Ohio River Adventure Time. First Class Jackass says, Oxhorn, what are your opinions on the Bethesda mishaps like the Nuka Dark thing and the bag problem, etc.? I've already voiced my opinion on each and every one of those scandals, quote unquote, in previous live streams. In short, the bag one is a big one. Like, that's the big thing that they messed up on. They should never have shown a photograph of a bag they weren't intending to deliver with the purchase. I don't understand how they could have possibly made that mistake. How did their legal department not take a look at that and go, oh, we can't do this? Like, that's bait and switch. That's legit bait and switch. So yeah, that was a big thing. The bottle, like the Nuka Dark bottle, is just, the whole controversy doesn't make any sense. I mean, the people who are making videos about how this is a huge scandal with the Nuka Dark, it's like they're pretending that the Nuka-Cola Dark manufacturers didn't come out with a video showing them placing a glass bottle inside the plastic shell, which they did. So I don't get it. When I bought my bottle of Nuka-Cola Dark, I didn't think that I was going to be getting the best tasting rum ever. I didn't think that it was going to be like filled with gold flakes and this amazing. I mean, I knew that I was buying a marketing gimmick. Like, it's a prop. It's a Fallout prop, hence the price. I didn't think that the price meant that it was going to be competition level ROM. Who would think that? So I don't get it. I mean, of course the bottle is plastic. It looked plastic. Of course there's a glass one inside. And it looked exactly like it looked in the video. It didn't look... I just don't understand that controversy. At that, I think people are really kind of struggling to come up with stuff now because it's like fun. It's fun to just... Latest Fallout 76 controversy. Bethesda are monsters. Okay. I get that that's fun. Yeah, so... What's this? Camden Park poster. Radioactive Roundup. It'll make your head spin. Only at Camden Park, the best place to find a good time. Caesar says Juicehead did a video about Morgantown after nuking it via the holotapes with recreations of the scenes described. Neat angle. Well, yeah, he does good stuff. I haven't done Morgantown yet. There is a lot to do in Morgantown, a lot to see and a lot to say. Deuteronomus says that video of the glass bottle wasn't available during the pre-order time period, wasn't it? Well, I don't remember when that video came out with the glass bottle on the inside. Perhaps I was wrong about that, but I do recall not... when I bought it, I didn't think I was buying a glass bottle. I mean, it didn't look like a glass bottle on the landing page of the order. It looked like a plastic bottle. I mean, if you go back and you take a look at the photographs on the page where you bought the bottle, I mean, it's a matte plastic bottle. It's non-reflective. So I never once thought I was buying a glass bottle in the shape of the Nuka Dark bottle. So, I don't know. It just, that one didn't ring true to me. Like, I understand the bag one. That was a problem. But the Nuka Cola Dark thing didn't ring true as a legitimate controversy to me. I'll tell you one that did frustrate me was the whole beta sign-up thing. I remember participating in betas for World of Warcraft and Heroes of the Storm back when I was doing a lot of Blizzard stuff. And I enjoyed the way they did betas back then because they had a closed beta for a while where it was an invite-only sort of thing. Then, after a few weeks of that, they did an open beta where people interested in the game could download and participate in the beta, which again lasted for weeks, and then they launched the game. The way Bethesda handled the beta, I think, was inappropriate. First of all, I don't think a beta should be bundled in with a pre-sale of a game. In order to playtest the game, you got to buy it first. The point of a beta is to stress test the game, number one, and number two, to provide people with a preview. To ask them to buy the game first. I understand why they do it, you know, so that they get the money of people pre-ordering the game. It makes the pre-order more compelling. So I understand the marketing and purchase reasons for doing that. Hey, wait a minute. There's a lot of cult stuff all over the place here. Whoa, look at that. But I do think that that's a little sleazy. I think that the beta was way too short. Just way too short. A lot of the problems that they had at launch could have been avoided had they made the beta a lot longer. And ultimately, I think it hurt the game and their brand as a company overall in the end. Because the beta was so short, they ended up not fixing many of the things that needed to be fixed. The game as it is now is much better than it was at launch. It's certainly not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It has a lot of growing to do yet, but it's a lot better than it was. And they could have, had they given a couple of months to beta test it, I think they would have been able to fix a lot of the things that people complained about. Oh, whoa, what is this? You missed Jangles playing golf, did I? Holy cow, what is this? This is nasty. What have we found here? Holy man. What do you think about the Fallout jacket? I really don't have any thoughts on the Fallout jacket. I didn't buy it. I saw it available on the Bethesda store. It didn't look interesting to me. I haven't watched any videos of people talking about the Fallout jacket, so I don't really have anything to say about it. I mean, I will say, knowing nothing about it, that if you're expecting a high-quality leather item, you're probably naive. I mean, we have to remember that this is Bethesda and their marketing team trying to make a quick buck off of the brand and the IP, which, of course, every IP owner does. So to criticize Bethesda for trying to make money off of the brand name of Fallout is just silly. Every company makes profits off of the brand name of their product. That said, you know, the quality of the leather is probably going to be pretty poor. It's probably not going to be a high quality item. It's probably going to be made in China. You know, you're paying for the name Fallout and the exclusivity of the item, not necessarily for the quality of it. So I don't know if it's controversial now or not. I haven't been paying attention. I frankly don't care. I just think people should have metered expectations when it comes to buying any of these toys, basically. I mean, when you buy a branded Fallout or a Doom or, you know, Elder Scrolls or any kind of branded gaming swag, you're not going to a high-end leather manufacturer store. It's not like you're going to what's a good leather company? I don't know. Like what's the leather company that makes high-quality leather items? I don't know, but whatever company that is, it's not like you're going there to buy the jacket. You're going to a knockoff shop that, you know, stamps it with the Fallout 76 colors. So, I mean, expect that. That's what you're getting. You're paying for the exclusivity of the item. It's unique. It's all about the video game you love. It's not necessarily high quality. Just know that going into it. And I think most people do. Whoa. Shadow says the irony of a Fallout item being made in China. I know, it is ironic. Wow, 13% and I still got it? All right, I think I got them all. From the look of it, it looks like it's worth $50 tops, says Click. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't interested in it. First of all, I'm not a leather jacket kind of guy. It's not really my style. But even if I was, I don't know. I don't wear a lot of branded clothing, to be perfectly honest. So, first of all, there's that. And secondly, it doesn't look high quality. It kind of looks like a really shiny, glossy sort of jacket. If I wanted to wear a leather jacket, I'd get like maybe a suede jacket or a top grain leather jacket instead of... Wow, here we go again. What is with all of these shrines in the church graveyard and inside the church? Ew, this one's made from human bones and everything. You know, there are some people who are really going to enjoy the jacket and they wear jackets on an everyday basis. Okay, fine. I think they're going to really enjoy it. I don't think Bethesda is ethically or morally wrong for providing this product. And that, I think, is the issue. Like, there are some people who are just, they don't want Bethesda to do anything. Like, if you make a leather jacket, Bethesda, you are ethically and morally wrong. Okay, calm down. It's a leather jacket. They can make the leather jacket if they want. They've got the marketing people who say that this is going to be a fine selling product. Okay, they know better than us. It's not something I'm interested in. I would never buy it, but I'm not going to sit there and say that they're morally evil for making a leather jacket with the Fallout 76 logo on it. That's just ridiculous to me. And there are those who think that way, which is weird. So, not a product I want, but I'm perfectly happy to say that just because I don't want it doesn't mean it shouldn't exist. Frostraken says, worshippers of Dewey. Do they know Dewey? Sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm ashamed of myself for that one. Eloy DeMurphy says, I think it's more of an overreaction born from the last blunders from Bethesda. Sad, but to be expected, frankly. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, if all of the other scandals hadn't happened, people would probably just roll their eyes at the leather jacket and not take notice of it. But this, on top of all of that, I think people are just looking for stuff now. They're like, oh, what's the next item that Bethesda's going to sell in the shop? Leather jacket? All right, let's make a video about it. You know, they're probably just really excited about that. Also, I made a tweet about this recently, but YouTube is cracking down on a lot of the kind of YouTube videos that push conspiracies, conspiratorial and scandal-driven, because that kind of stuff does really well on YouTube. People are just genuinely curious about it. It's the same reason why the tabloids sell so well in the checkout lines at supermarkets, because whether they're true or not, people just love, you know, scandals. They just love that kind of stuff. They eat it up. So those kind of videos do really well, which is why there are some content creators who just, that's what they do, and they try to turn everything into a scandal. So of course it's natural and to be expected that, oh, Bethesda makes a leather jacket, okay, let's turn this into a scandal too. You know, what can you expect? People are human. That's just not something I'm interested in, which is why I really haven't been following it. I don't even know if it has been turned into a scandal or not yet. Is it even available yet? I saw the jacket appear on the shop, and I chose not to buy it. I didn't want it. I'm still waiting on a few statues and a plasma rifle that I bought from the Bethesda shop, but I didn't want the jacket. But I don't know. Are people getting all up in arms about the jacket now? Oh, it's always going to be something. All right, so that's the graveyard. And really fascinating, because we see that some of these post-war cults have been worshipping their little god there. Mina says, by the way, it was really bummed today. Killed a player due to wanted, but then he got mad, wanted to kill and destroy my house. How did he find your house? Mina says, houses shouldn't be so easy to demolish as well. Yeah, houses are pretty easy to demolish. I mean, you're sitting there building a big a house with scrap walls. It should take a while to tear them down. I do think that that needs to be improved. But how did they find your house? Pixelverse says, I bet if they slapped out a Brotherhood or Enclave jacket of the same kind, I bet no one would be complaining. No, I think it would be the same thing. I think they would sell better, frankly. I'm surprised they haven't come out with the Brotherhood of Steel logo leather jacket or an Enclave jacket, because those, I think, would sell much better than a Fallout 76 jacket. Maybe they are. Maybe this Fallout 76 jacket is just the first in a series of jackets that'll be coming out, depending on how well it sells. So you never know. Don't rule it out is all I'm saying. They're gonna do what they can to make as much money from their IP as possible, which every company does. Must remind people this isn't a unique Bethesda thing. Bethesda is the only company milking their IP. No, that would be every company. Every company milks their IP, just so you know. Billings Homestead. Oh, it's a workshop. I'm not doing another workshop. I think I learned my lesson from earlier in the broadcast. If claiming a workshop flags you for PvP, then the last thing I need is a bunch of non-power armor-wearing guys in witch hats with two-shot explosive legendary shotguns tracking me down to destroy me in one shot. I think I'll skip that one this next time. Is there an Adam Katz jacket? See, that's a leather jacket that would make sense. If I was like an Uber collector, I'm not. I'm a collector, but I'm not an Uber collector. If I was, that's the kind of jacket I would get, because the Adam Katz wearing a leather jacket makes sense. Or a Tunnel Snake's jacket, that makes sense. But a Fallout 76 leather jacket doesn't make sense to me. I'm not an Uber collector. I'm a collector. Don't get me wrong. I've got an entire shelf filled with Fallout props and memorabilia. So yeah, I'm a geek. I like that stuff. But there are some items I don't like. I only put some stuff on my shelf. All the pins, for example. You know all of those Fallout pins that they sell from Fallout 4, like the Lone Wanderer pin. I don't get pins. Like, who wears pins these days? Unless you're the president and you're wearing a lapel pin while giving the State of the Union address. I mean, who wears pins? Maybe I'm just out of the loop, and pins are the new thing. Pins are the new hip thing all the kids are doing. Check it out, bro. I got my Coca-Cola pin on my lapel, right next to my Fortnite pin. Holmes. How about an Elder Maxon battle coat? I think that would be tricky to make. Wow, this is where you go if you need razor grain. Holy cow, look at all of this razor grain. Or a king's jacket, says Stunting. Yeah, a king's jacket would make sense. I like the pins, says Maxwell. The pins come from a company called Loot Crate. All right. I mean, I don't get the pins. I don't like the idea of collecting something for the sake of collecting it. I like collecting things where I can put them to either practical use or I can have them on display. The pins are too small and you can't stand them up. So unless you like put them in a pegboard or you wear them all the time, what can you do with a pin? All right, so we got a commie bot at this house with the big red star on it. Is that a coincidence, I wonder? Big red star on the front. Big red star on the house. Bruce Wayne says, will you do a showcase of the plasma rifle when you receive it? Sure. Well, I might not make a dedicated showcase video, but I'll certainly pick it up and show it off during the stream. I've tried to do that during many of my live streams. As long as no one expects me to be insulted by them. And that's the kind of, like when I got my bottle of Nuka-Cola Dark, I didn't know all of the controversy about it. I just got the bottle and I opened it and took a sip. But man, the comments excoriated me. They were like, Oxhorn, You're a shill for Bethesda. You should be reviewing it as if it's like this high-end rum and then giving us your thoughts on the flavor and how horrible it is. And I'm sitting there going, what do you expect? It's it's cheap rum put in a Nuka-Cola bottle being sold expensive because it's a Nuka-Cola thing. What did you I don't get it. So yeah, if the plasma, I can see it now. The plasma rifle comes, I show it off on stream, and then a bunch of people say, Oxhorn, you shill. It's made from pewter. Do you know how cheap it is to make things from pewter? Or whatever. All right, I think I've found that one already. I can see it already. But yeah, I'll show off the plasma rifle when it comes. I feel like I've been in this house before. Eloy DeMurphy says, but we want drama and tears. Just kidding. Enjoy yourself, man. I know. Deuteronomus says the inside of the box it came in was designed like a Nuka-Cola machine. The inside of the box? I guess I don't know what you mean. The plasma rifle or the Nuka-Cola Dark? Whoa! Oh, that's right, workshop. Oh. There's a bright, blinking red light on that workshop. Oxhorn, how do you level faster in Fallout 76? Says Bradley. I'm probably not the right person to ask. I'm only level 77. You should have asked the level 134 witch with the explosive shotgun. Ask how that guy got to such high level. No, I just do the quest is my advice, because the quest is going to take you to most of the important places in the game, and you're going to get plenty of experience doing it. By the time you're done with the main quest, you should be level 50 or at least in your 40s. All right, I found a thing. I want to take a screenshot of this thing. Look at that. We got a giddy-up buttercup riding a horse. Man, this is a tight corner. Let's try it from the other side. I might be able to light it better that way. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, I can't do it. Lewis Gore says, how do I donate to you? But he said that with a tip. You just donated to me. Thank you very much. Deuteronomus says, ignore me, Ox. I was talking about the Fallout crate from Loot Crate. It was sold about 2 years ago. It came with the Brotherhood of Steel flag that we often see in Mr. Matty Plays videos. I see. You can get Fallout flags in a variety of places. Etsy. You can get a lot of really cool Fallout flags on Etsy. Oxhorn, have you found the teddy bears on the rowboat? Maybe. I found a lot of teddy bears in this game. But I don't know if I found the ones on the rowboat yet. Okay, so that's the workshop. We discovered that. This is the Silva homestead. There's something up there. And then a number of shacks down there. Let's go up there first. Creek Craft says your beard inspires me beyond anything else. You're very kind. Jmod says you get like everything on Etsy. Yeah. Farmbot JD7E. Ooh, what have we here? What's that? There's a decal on the side. Is that like a sports team or something? What a cool little place. What is this? Arctos Pharma Terminal. Notice the data you are accessing on this terminal is confidential, proprietary information solely owned by Arctos Pharma. If you do not have the proper clearances, then you are not authorized to read, change, distribute, or use this data. Project Beanstalk Overview. The purpose of this research is to evaluate the effectiveness of Arctos Pharma chemical compounds on crop yields. 3 distinct experimental formulae will be developed through the use of the Arctos PharmaBot for consistent and efficient distribution over the test fields. The bot will autonomously spray the designated locations and assess the impact. Jamin says, maybe it's just me, but I think the least the bottling company could have done was give the rum a cola flavor. Well, they gave it a coconut flavor, which was an odd choice, I have to say. I was expecting like a rum and coke sort of thing, so that was weird. I agree. Sean says, "Hey Ox, first time chipping in. Thanks for all the entertainment, especially with my arthritis. Axe up, I can't play. Have you been to the space station yet?" Thank you for the tip, Sean. And yeah, I have been to the space station a few weeks ago, maybe. Interesting, but not a lot of lore there. I was a little disappointed, to be perfectly honest. It looked cool, but the lore we got there was really... it may be a DLC, because there's a door in the space station that you can't open. It's locked. So, maybe. The bot will autonomously spray the designated locations and assess the impact. All data will be transmitted to the Project Beanstalk Laboratory at Arctos Pharma headquarters on a regular schedule. Okay, we found something interesting here. Maintenance logs. Ooh, monthly logs, April 2077. Anaria says there's an event, Project Beanstalk, that has you follow the handy around and defend it. Oh. Again, man, I keep finding these places and the event isn't active, so I don't get the full story. PharmaBot JD7E installed at Test Field 014 in preparation for project start May 1st, May 2077. Usage of low Ziano is excessive. Adjusting nozzles on spray arms for JD7E to improve dispersal. Crop yields were negatively impacted by overspray. Will monitor for additional issues. June 2077. Minor damage to exterior casing noted, primarily scrapes and punctures. Owner of Field 014 reports JD7E attacked and vandalized by local kids. Replaced a couple of decals, but otherwise he weathered the attacks well. PharmaBot JD7E performing flawlessly. Those local kids ended up needing medical attention. Oh no! After getting hit with an Ag-E from the spray nozzle. There are some folks here calling for JD7E's head, so legal is all over it. Oh, the poor kids. Arctos Pharma got some bad press after those kids died. Oh no! Wow. But some payouts to the families smoothed it all over good. Crop yields are definitely improved, so everyone's calling Project Beanstalk a success. Gave JD7E a good clean and lubrication. Wow, September 2077. There's been trouble again. Someone broke into the shed and stole some equipment. Might be those free staters that just declared they aren't part of the USA anymore. Anyway, JD70 is still going strong as we come to the harvest. I expect an amazing October. Lewis Gore with a tip. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it. Well, okay. So, our little farm bot here is a kid killer. That's nice. Yeah, well, I'm really bummed that I can't do the event. I wonder if events would be better if instead of being timed, where they could be triggered by anyone who hasn't done the event that day. And once triggered, anyone can join, but they join where the event is at after the one person has triggered it. But after the event ends, then the person could go back and trigger it for themselves. That might be a solution. Because I really do think events are broken the way that they're currently implemented. I mean, we haven't been able to succeed at a single event we've tried to do today or yesterday due to this timer problem. So, I don't know. Well, it's a bummer we can't do that event. Moving down, we find more shacks down here. Check the roof. There's a sniper up there. Oh! Is there a rooftop up here? Hello. No sniper, my friend. Maybe you're thinking of another nearby house. I don't see a sniper. Oh man, I knocked over all the blocks. I wonder what they would have said. Here, let me help you with that. I just completed a challenge for killing Scorched with a two-handed melee weapon by pain training it. Oh, man. U.S. Covert Operations Manual. Tiptoe through the tulips. I killed a legendary one, didn't I? And where's the corpse? Vampire's laser pistol. Brief health regen when you hit an enemy. Ox, is there a Nuka-Cola mixer station in this game? Not that I've seen. Although I think maybe I have a memory of seeing a non-functional one at Camden Park. I don't think there's a functional one in the game at any rate. Whoa. Hey, Jangles. What you doing standing up there, huh? Wow, lots of toys in here. Come on, move your light. Tom says, hey, Oxhorn, your YouTube notifications worked on my phone today. That's great. Glad to hear it. Stacy Faceless says, not only do I think the DLC will have NPCs, but I think that Bethesda will have the gall to use it as a selling point. Well, a couple of things. You say have the gall as if that would be bad, but if Bethesda is listening to its audience and making changes to the game based on player feedback, isn't that a good thing? Right? So wouldn't it make sense for them to say, hey, we've heard what you've said. You want voiced NPCs, and you know what? We're going to add some in these DLCs based on your feedback. Here you go. If they said that in an advertisement for a DLC, how is that galling? Right? I mean, I don't understand the criticism there. That said, I mean, we don't really know. It's possible that they'll have NPCs in future updates, and I think that would probably be wise. I have to admit that as much as I am enjoying the story, I do like it less than the stories from other Fallout games, and I think that the weak link with the story is the lack of voiced NPCs. The Dead World is I'm glad they did it. It was an interesting experiment. I hadn't seen it done in a big AAA game like this before, so I'm glad they did it. Props to them for trying something new, but it's just everything is, and I've said this in streams before, but there's not enough levity. Like everything is just pounding you over the head. The doom, the despair, the tragedy, and that's all fascinating. I love putting together that story, but it does get a little oppressive at times. So, yeah, a little bit more levity, and I think NPCs add to that. When you can understand a character, you can get to know that character can give you jokes, that character has unique quirks, and those are all of the wonderful things about the games that we got in the past games that we really kind of miss out on here with the lack of voiced NPCs. So I think it would be smart for them to have voiced NPCs in upcoming DLCs, and I don't think that they would be galling for advertising that if they ever get to the point of advertising it. That said, neither of us know what's going to happen. We'll see. Do you have any mutations? I do have one. I have a marsupial mutation. Mimica says, whoa. That felt like a computer problem to me, I guess. Does Far Harbor seem like a copy of Point Lookout in Fallout 3, or is it just me, Ox? Well, I don't know if copy is the right word. I would say they resemble each other greatly. In terms of theme and feel. The story is, of course, completely different. And I like Far Harbor more. I enjoyed Point Lookout a lot, but I like Far Harbor more. Carter? Do you have any explosive weapons, Ox? No, I am one of those unfortunate ones who has yet to have found an explosive weapon in this game. Of course, I haven't been trying. There are many who are really kind of farming the Scorched locations, or the nuke drops, and I haven't done that. I've been more focused on exploring the world and checking out the lore. So I haven't done any legendary farming, which may explain why I don't have very good legendary weapons yet. So I figure it'll all come. You know, there's no time limit. I'm not in any hurry. Justin says, I believe the lack of NPCs is related to the main story. Fallout 76 being the first opening other vaults and DLCs will allow them to add voiced NPCs. Justin, you make a good point that it's possible we'll find voiced NPCs in the other game. The main story of Fallout 76 didn't need to have a lack of voiced NPCs. They made a conscious decision to create a world that was dead when the dwellers leave the vault due to the Scorched. And that's a legitimate decision that they could have made. They didn't do anything bad or immoral by making that decision. I think it may have been a mistake because they ended up inadvertently, I think, creating a world where we already know the answer to every riddle. And the answer to every riddle is that they died. And that, when you already know what's going to happen, that takes away a lot of the tension of the plot. For example, when we're tracking down the people in Dire Chemical from Harper's Ferry, I mean, that's otherwise a really compelling narrative. I mean, we've got ghoul bigotry, we've got a man who lost his children, and he's blaming it on the ghouls, and I mean, it's a great little story, but we already know what's going to happen. We know that they're all dead. Really, the mystery is how they died. And that can only be scintillating so many times, I think, in a world that's this big. So I'm still, like I said, I'm still really enjoying the story and putting this all together. I'm going to be doing lore series on it and continue to do it. But I do think that the story would have been better had there been more voiced NPCs in the game. And it wasn't absolutely necessary. Like, you could have had a game where people are leaving the vault for the first time to find a world that had voiced NPCs. They just chose to add the Scorched in there, which made the world feel dead. So what's this story? We've got a big bloody handprint next to a machete, a decapitated skeleton. Ah. All right. I think I might have discovered many of the locations here. Let's see. There is a mountain range over here that I haven't explored yet. And there's the Poseidon power substation. And, okay. A couple of things up here that I haven't discovered. Let's head up north and see if we can discover those. I'm not seeing anything over by the mountains. The mountains may be devoid of marked locations. The Geronimo Jack says the hills have eyes reference. Is that what that is? The hills have eyes reference? I haven't seen that, so I might not get it. Or that might be why I don't get it. Evie Clark says, "Hey, Ox, I just finished watching Dead Money and I cried so hard at the end." It's just a masterpiece of a DLC. I know that it's not everyone's favorite due to the gloominess of it and how linear it is at times and how difficult it is at times. But the story is just... That's an example, right? That's an example of Obsidian creating a story that you really only learn through holotapes and notes. Sure, there is Dean Domino, and he can give us a bit of the backstory of what went on with Sinclair and Ms. Keys. But the majority of the lore we get in that story is found in holotapes and terminals. For example, all of the drama going on at the villa while it's under construction, all of that, none of that is told to us by Dean Domino or anything like that. But it's just a really it was such a well done story. And you're right, it kind of tugs at your heartstrings at the end there when we find her final message. Am I already thirsty again? Let's see here. Let's get rid of my really heavy Nuka-Cola. I'm carrying all of this Nuka-Cola. Am I getting low on food? Ah! Speak of the devil, I'll take that mole rat meat, cook that up if I'm getting low on food. Oh, I've already got so much spoiled meat. Apple of chili, sure. Let's chow down on that. Wow, all of my food is rotted. Well, it looks like I need to find a campfire. And check out my rads. How did I get irradiated so quickly? Is it from all the Nuka-Cola I've been drinking? Do you prefer Fallout 3 or New Vegas, Ox? I don't prefer either of them, and I get that question a lot, and I don't make a preference between them. I love them all for completely different reasons. They're all fantastic. Fallout 3 will always have a special place in my heart for introducing me to the Fallout franchise. It was my first Fallout game, and New Vegas is just it stands apart. It just stands apart. All right, what we got up here? We got a workshop and something. 2 undiscovered locations. Deuteronomy says rads from walking underwater a while ago. Ah, yeah, you're right. Hill Folk hot dogs. Uh-oh. I don't know if I'd want to eat hot dogs from a stand called Hill Folk hot dogs. But this means we might find a cooking station. I love these unique signs. Welcome, new member Scott Scholl. Good to have you here. Have you been to New Gad? I have been to New Gad. We explored it thoroughly in a previous live stream. It was interesting. Oh, there's our cooking station. All right, let's chow down on some mole rat. We got a sweet potato stew. I'll save that because it cures water as well. Mole rat chunks. Really? How many of you mole rats are there? If there was a challenge or an achievement for paying train, I would have gotten it by now. Outhouse out there. Hey, how long have you been doing YouTube? Says Siffy HQ. Oh, a long time. Over 10 years. Uploaded my first YouTube video in like 2004, 2005, something like that. Untitled poem. Oh, another untitled poem? Okay. I love these. Here we go. I gotta get the I gotta bring forth the poetic reader inside of me. White cedar leaning against the shadow of our river, peeling like asylum walls, huddled together around dignity that died long ago. Simple things to jumpstart fogged memories, hold as teeth hidden in tin. We leave our things pinned, winning only the stuck wings. What does it mean? Interpretations, ladies and gentlemen. What does it mean? I await your interpretations. I get the vibe that the author used to live in an asylum, perhaps? Ghost Dodge says, I found a porta potty with a button in it. Yeah, those are the exit points for the silo elevators. Sam says it means that we'll all die if the world gets nuked. Well, that's self-evident, I believe. Richard Perry says golf clap, well read. Missed lore by the cap outside the table. Missed lore by the cap outside the table, says Caesar. There's the cop cap. Oh, you're right. Colton Pickens police report. Thank you, Caesar.
This is Deputy D.B. Walton. Interview started at 3:35 a.m. All right, Mr. Pickens. Tell me everything that happened by starting from the beginning.
I was out behind my hot dog stand taking out the trash, and I saw this light shining from the woods. At first, I thought it was a hunter with a flashlight. But then, the light started changing.
Oh, what could it be?
Changing? How?
Well, the light started turning different colors. First it was blue, then green, then red, and then back to blue. Wait, maybe it was green, blue, red. No, actually it's red, blue.
So a stoplight?
Yep, we get it. What happened next?
I suddenly got real dizzy, and I dropped the trash bag I was carrying. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground. I don't even remember falling. I looked up, and that's when I saw it.
What?
Can you be more specific?
It was a man, but it also wasn't a man. It had gray skin and these huge black eyes, and it was wearing like a spacesuit or something.
The Flatwoods
What was
Monster?
really weird was that it wasn't saying anything, but I could hear it anyway. In my mind, it told me to follow it onto its spaceship.
Flatwoods Monster again? All right, I've heard enough. Colton Pickens, I'm arresting you for drunken disorderly conduct and indecent exposure.
Oh,
Indecent what? What are you talking about? I didn't do anything wrong.
Cole, found you on the roof of your shack, buck naked, yelling at the top of your lungs. Your blood alcohol was .23. It took 4 deputies to get you into handcuffs. We all go on a bender now and then, but you need to keep it at home.
What? No! Come on! You have to believe me! The monster made me drunk. It was experimenting on me, controlling my mind. When are you people gonna do something about the Flatwoods Monster? It needs to be killed!
oh, this is great.
I've had enough. Just get him out of here. This is Deputy D.B. Walton. Interview terminated.
Thank you, Caesar. I didn't want to miss that. So he was up here getting drunk in his little boat, buck naked. And I guess that means he looked out to there. And that's where he saw it. The Flatwoods Monster. What's at the end of this little dock over here? Ah. Nope, nothing. All right, moving on. Poseidon plant. Whoa. Ox, where are you now? I am here. We just explored the Hill Folk hot dogs. Looks like there's an industrial farm over here. This is the one, I think the one part of the map we haven't really fully explored. There's a few things down here and over here. I haven't been to Wade Airport yet. But we have a few over here that we haven't explored either. So let's kind of go on up through here. See what we can find. We got time. We got about an hour and 10 minutes left. Then I got to get to work on my next lore video for tomorrow. Alyssa says, Ox, can I get a shout out? I love ya. Love ya back. You bet. There's a shout out. Okay. That is our next target. Looks like I saved discovering all of the workshops until now. We've discovered quite a few workshops today. Ooh. Big ol' meat hooks. K9 says, hey, Ox, been watching your videos since 2016. Keep up the great work. Love your vids. P.S. Not to bother you or anything, but can I give a shout out as well? Sure. Shout out to you. Look, I can't give a shout out to everyone who asks for a shout out, so don't ask for shout outs. Just you know, talk. Just talk like normal talking people. But thank you for watching from 2016. I appreciate it. What is this? Stone? Quarry? Anything up here? Ooh, two more long. Wow, okay. Maybe that's where we'll find the lore. But let's finish exploring this. Top Ramen says, well, Ox, still with the streams. Good job on the grind. You know what? I hate grinds. I hate them. I don't do grinds. That's why I'm actually enjoying myself. Because you could grind with this game, as with any MMO. You could do the grind for legendary weapons, for ammunition, and but you don't have to. That's the beauty of this game. You could do what I've been trying to do, and that's just move on from place to place, read the lore, learn the story, and build your character as you go. My character build is not that important to me. What's this one? Poseidon power box. My character is instead just a vehicle by which to discover the lore. And I know that I'm in the minority there. Many people are really interested in role-playing their character and building their character. And of course, that's what these games are for. But this is why it doesn't feel like a grind to me. I'm learning something new every time I play the game. And that's the fun for me. Scullylocks says, "Hey Oxhorn, the Hillfolk hot dogs is a real-world reference to a restaurant in West Virginia called Hillbilly Hot Dogs." Oh, I see they did their research. Well done, Bethesda. I had no idea. Okay, so this brings us to the platform out here. And so we can continue on up. Or no, that brings us... Yeah, here we go. Where would you say is the best place for a camp, says Sound Blast? Well, I mean, that's highly subjective. But I'll tell you my thinking when it comes to my camps. And it's really monetarily based. Your camp is always going to be a free fast travel location. And Vault 76 is always going to be a free fast travel location. So it's wise to not build your camp close to Fallout or Vault 76 just because you can always fast travel there for free. It's also, I think, better to make your camp more centrally located on the map so that no matter where you need to go, you can always fast travel to your camp, and it's a moderate walk from there. That way you save the most camps. So that's why my camp is pretty close to the center of the map. Not exactly, but pretty close. Random Moofer says, Biox, gotta sleep. Don't blame ya. Get your sleep. Sleep is important. What are you doing in the pasture? Giddy up, Buttercup. You're not a real horse. All right, we cleared all the enemies. We could claim it if we want. Not gonna. All right. Two nearby undiscovered locations, one of which is marked Relay Tower EMB127. Event fertile soil. Any other events going on? Swarm of suitors? Well, I'm not going to risk it. Fast traveling there just for the event to end. All right, let's hop up this hillside, see if we can get that relay tower, and then we'll go get that house. Codsworth says, Hats, you can camp in the Brothers Auto Repair near Vault 77 if you are interested. Is that true? Good to know. Let's see. Well, let's go around the north, or go around the southern side. Matthew says, hey, Ox, I got a new job, and my gorgeous girl, Hannah, bought me some Hudson Bay bourbon to celebrate. Can you tell her that I love her? She's watching. Hannah, Matthew loves you, and you're a good woman for getting him some bourbon. Glad you're both on the program today. Oh, looks like there's a lighthouse over there I didn't discover either. Something's going on.
Intruder, identify yourself.
Missed it. Oh. Swarm of Suitors is bugged for me, says Justin. 3 times I've tried and nothing has shown up. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it won't be the case for me. Arctos Pharma. Golly mine. That must be where we are. Black Mountain Ordnance. We've seen that. And HGB 79. I think we got one new one from that. And this is the Emergency Management Relay. We don't need to do that. All right. Okay, so there was a house over there, but then I picked up... Oh, they're all gone. I thought I saw a lighthouse off this way. Yeah, there it is. Oxhorn, you have 100 pounds of stim packs on you. Oh, you're right. Hey, what's this? Boarded up house. Scorched. What? Boarded up, but we can peer through the windows. There must be a door. Ah, here we go. Plastic. That's it. All right, what do we get? Nothing. What about looking this way? Is it the same? Yep. And there's the lighthouse. All right, but I did see a house over here, so let's head that way. See what that is. Alpine River Cabins. We already discovered the secrets of Alpine River Cabins. Misty Mushmoons says, hey Oxhorn, when did you start streaming today? I checked your YouTube page and didn't see you were live. Also, are you going to do a camp video soon? Here's some caps. I've gotten my stash. Thanks, Misty. I started streaming live about 3 hours ago. So it bothers me that you didn't get notifications. I mean, this is the reason I experimented with Twitch to begin with. Ah. All right, what's over here? Lots of other people are saying that they got notifications. Okay. Well, I don't know. It's a mystery to me. Hello. What have we here? Oh, look at these balanced rocks. Oh, did I walk right over it? Oh, and there's a dead guy there too. He didn't make it. It's a tree fort. Cool. Oh, and something down there. Hunter's Journal. Last night, Carson caught some lost couple out in the woods poaching one of our traps. I told him they didn't mean anything by it, but he wouldn't listen. He tied them up and made them walk the plank that him and Ethan built last week. I thought he was just going to scare them a little, but before I knew it, he had shoved both of them into the pit down below. This is getting scary now. All day they listen to that crazy woman on the radio. They won't shut up about that place to the east. They say they have supplies and shelter, but we're doing just fine here. I really wish those two would just leave already. So they killed a couple of poachers? And what do they mean, someone on the radio? Is that Rose or the Free States? All right, that does it for the tree house. Let's head back down. Come on. Hunter's warning. If anyone is reading this, this place isn't safe anymore. I don't know what's been going on up at the Pleasant Valley Ski Resort, but not long after Ethan and Carson left to join them, okay, so it was the raiders they heard on the radio, a group of men showed up and attacked our camp. I know Ethan was one of them. Even though through the gas mask, I could recognize that cough of his. I can't say where we are headed, but we've rigged the place with traps in case those assholes decide to come back. Whoop. Check the roofs, says Caesar. Bobbleheads. Man, Caesar, you were on form today. Check the roofs? I will. Of those... All right. I want to go see if we can find the people that they made walk the plank. Oh, man. So I'll go up in a minute for the bobbleheads. Well, I think we see the fate of one of the guys that was here before he left. Tough break. There's the plank. Okay, let's go see if we can get those bobbleheads on the roof. Then go see if they made those, if we can find the corpses of those guys that made walk the plank. Nothing on this roof. Petrified corpse on this one. Nothing on that one. We got one final roof over here. Oh man, Caesar, am I looking in the wrong roof? Maybe the bobbleheads were taken. Unsent letter. Dearest Emily, I managed to find a few other survivors scavenging in Sutton. They're hiding out in the woods until this whole thing blows over. Told them I used to be an avid hunter, so they invited me back to their camp. They seem like decent people mostly. Woke up this morning and saw Ethan and Carson building a spike pit down at the bottom of the cliff. I asked them why they were building it, and all they said was, for protection. Seriously, how the hell is a giant spike pit going to help us? I think those guys are starting to lose it. But whatever, it keeps them occupied. In other news, Madison made some fantastic stew last night. I asked her what her secret was, and she told me the extra head. I'll come look for you soon, I promise, Dylan. Oh, ugh. Don't know what it means. Sounds nasty. All right, let's see what this plank looks like. Oh, man. There they are. Nothing for it. Geronimo! And we didn't get impaled. These poor guys did. Poachers. I mean, the fall alone would have killed them. Were the spikes really necessary? Oh, nasty. Ah! What is the Scorched beast doing all the way up here in Flatwoods, or near to Flatwoods? Come back! Come on, the one Scorched beast I want to attack. Okay. Okay. It fled. My reputation precedes me, apparently, when it comes to Scorched beasts. No locations as far as the eye can see. Well, here's Point Pleasant, which I haven't discovered in this playthrough, but I did discover back during the beta. But, I mean, now is as good a time as any. There we go. There's something new. Oh, that's Point Pleasant. All right. Good snipers roost from up here. Oh, they're fighting ticks. I'll let them continue fighting ticks. I hate ticks. Let's start by the water here. Ooh, they were in a line too. Look at that. Ah, when the Scorched Beast flew by. Eat your mole rat chunks, friend. Okay. Carrot soup. Mole rat chunks. Ooh, sacrificial victim. And Mothman eggs. What is this? Ah, it's a cult of the Mothman. And raider decorations. Were the raiders trying to sacrifice people to summon the Mothman? Psycho, drugs, yeah, definite signs of raiders. I don't know what the Mothman eggs do. I really don't want to carry them around for the weight. Plus, this look disgusting. The eggs are normal foods. You can eat them. I don't know. It's just something about eating Mothman eggs that does not sound appetizing to me at all. Looks like there's someone else taking out the Scorched here. Well, if I'm already carrying 100 pounds worth of stim packs, I'm not going to bother looting another one. Ox, what level are you? I think I'm 77, 76 or 77. And it brings me back. Okay. So I've done a big loop. Ah. Getting some server lag here. Now this is new. I didn't get to see what was behind this door at the Greenbrier. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. Ah, it's another one of those shrines. Sermon Impending Doom. October 22nd, 2077. The all-knowing Mothman has been summoned forth. Though we were not all so lucky as to notice it, Brother Charles saw the Mothman appear out of the corner of his eye and heard whispers of impending disaster. But as quickly as he appeared, our savior was gone. The Mothman showed visions of terrible floods to occur tomorrow. The only way to survive, he says, is to find high ground or to be swept away. Our brothers and sisters will be warned. Those who scoff at us and turn away from the way of the Mothman shall perish for their foolish disregard, while we gather on the rooftops to praise the coming of the raging waters in the early dawn of light. The weird thing about this is this was written the day before the bombs. It wasn't a flood. I mean, it kind of was a flood of nuclear hellfire. Sermon summoning the Mothman. October 21st, we of the cult of the Mothman seek the infinite cosmic wisdom of the Mothman himself, for it is his appearance that portends disaster, and in heeding his warnings we may live, as others around us perish to their fated doom. We welcome visits from the Mothman with open arms and minds. Yes, we shall willingly summon him forth to appear to us who revere him and divulge his secrets. True believers among you, gather for this evenings we welcome you, O Mothman. Accept our humble invitation and divert us from disaster. Okay, so clearly these sculptures were created before the war. If both of these notes we find are dated before the war, which puts into context a lot of the sculptures we've already found all over the wasteland. I mean, I suppose it's possible that these were created after the Mothman cult, but we're given the impression that they were created before. Does that mean that all of these sculptures are for the Mothman? Mothman cult sculptures? Max says, hey Ox, when is the update to nerf the 2-shot explosive weapons? No idea. Certainly wasn't today. I died to that earlier. I already have both of those holotapes for the story, so I'm not going to loot them again. Pateri says, I like your neutral take on Fallout 76 classy channel. Thank you very much. That's very kind. My goal is to just show what's actually in this game. Just to show what's here, so that people can make their own decision. When people ask me if I recommend they play the game, I never say yes, because what people want from a game like this is, you know, very different. You know, I encourage people to just watch what I'm showing and decide for yourself. Is it something you want to get involved in? If not, you know, look somewhere else. It's certainly not for everybody. Bernardo's, 1969. Something over there. Did you get the note in front of the Mothman Museum next to the statue? I got the 2 notes on the podium in the basement of the Mothman Museum. Was there another note that I missed? I hate texts. They're so disgusting. What's going on over there? We can't even get there. That's on the other side of the river. To the left of the Mothman statue outside the museum. Okay, Chief says, Ox, forest treasure map number 1 is under the bridge at the beginning of the town where you spawn in. Good loot for players over level 30. I don't know if I have that one. Under the bridge at the beginning of town where you spawn in. I'll check it out. Oh, Caesar. Okay, I know the note you're talking about, but I looted it. I haven't looted it in this gameplay, but I did loot it at the Greenbrier. There it is. Note from Miller. I'm getting closer. I can feel it. Growing up in West Virginia, I've heard this story since I was a kid, and I always knew the truth, that the Mothman is real. He's real, and I'm going to find him, no matter what it takes. To all my friends, sorry for leaving you behind, and I know you'd come with me if you could. Some journeys you've just got to make alone, but you're with me in spirit, just like I'll always be with you. West Virginia forever. Evan Limless Miller. P.S. Zach, I hope you still have that shotgun ammo. I may not have found the Mothman yet, but I did run into the Grafton Monster, and that thing is a beast. That's the cargo bot spawn location. Under the bridge at the beginning of town where you spawn in. I don't even know if I have that map. Under the bridge at the beginning of town. Well, let's see if I have it. I don't even have it, so I can't loot it even if I find it. So that's the cargo bot spawn location. It's on the other side of the river where we can't even get, but we see them hovering around in the distance. I wondered what those were when I saw them at Greenbrier, but I didn't know what a cargo bot was at that time. If I recall, there was a note or something up here. Gemma says, under the bridge in the water, there's a Christmas tree. No joke, I took a pic. Really? All right, I'll go back to the bridge. Let's explore that bridge. Two-Bit says, I got a jetpack for my XO1 and I never knew how fast it sucked your fusion core dry. Holy moly. Oh, great. So I have that to look forward to. All right, let's check the water. Christmas tree. I must just be, I don't know. Okay, we got a couple of ruined cars down there. I'm not seeing a Christmas tree. Well, can't say I didn't try. It's under the collapsed bridge. Oh, that bridge. You'll die from rads, maybe. But we all gotta die sometime. Look at that. You're right. Look at that. Well, of all the strange things. Well, what do you know? Welcome, Petrie Selenin. Good to have you on the program. Thank you, Gemma. Find the hardware store, says Caesar. Rooftop has lore alongside the power armor. All right. I think I know where that is, too. There was one... There's the hardware store. There was one piece of lore I didn't get the last time I came here, and that was something about a shotgun and hiding shotgun shells in a garage. I remember searching for the garage, and I couldn't find it. Okay, there's the hardware store. Let's see if we can find a way up there. Looks like we got to cross this bridge to get up there. We can do that. Yeah. Let's see, do we have to go through here first? Yeah. Bingo. I missed this the last time I was here. Thank you, Caesar. All right, we got some lore. South Bridge Watch. Jackson, take McCoy's morning watch at the South Bridge. It's yours as long as he's in the infirmary or until I can find a replacement. We're all going to have to pull double duty for a while. Fields. T-45. Someone took the fusion core. Fusion cores are suddenly valuable again. I'm going to have to loot the ones that I find instead of ignoring them now that fusion cores are consumed more. Well, I have to admit I'm still having a problem piecing together the story of this town. Even after everything I've read. Gemma says, the funny thing is that it was Christmas when I found that tree. Oh, what are the odds of that? That's a nice touch. Lore you're missing is in an apartment near the bus stop in the southern part of town. Thank you, Caesar. Man, I'm so glad you guys are here. An apartment near the bus stop, southern part of town. Okay. There's the bus stop. That must be the apartment. Oh no, I did find this in my last playthrough. That's where we found the Mothman cometh. Here's the interloper. Someone on the stream mentioned this earlier. Here, we'll play it.
There are other things in this world now that cannot be explained. The end of the world has awoken. Something. We all know the Mothman is out there, stalking and watching us. But what of the unseen? There are things we can only glimpse in our minds. Great entities beyond our comprehension. The Mothman is a creature more like us than the unknowable horrors in the peripheral vision of our subconscious minds. No longer just a false memory now. I have heard a tale of this entity made real, deep in the earth. The storyteller was mad by any reckoning, but his story, no less true. My name is Jeff Lane, and I will lay bare this Watcher. No matter how deep I must go, I will come to know the true nature of the interloper.
Who is the interloper? He gives us the impression that it's not the Mothman. All of this cult stuff in Point Pleasant about the Mothman, underneath that church, underneath the Mothman Museum, the Mothman statue, the Mothman shrine with all of the eggs, showing that the Mothman was there to lay his eggs. But this interloper is something else. Because he says, we all know about the Mothman, but the bombs awoke something else. So what is he talking about? Is he talking about what we found at the Lucky Hole Mine? I don't know. What's this? Wilson Brothers Garage. Jeff, you left your keys at the garage. I've got them at my house. The one... This is the note that I couldn't figure out. I've got them at my house. The one uphill from the garage. Next to the door. Let yourself in to grab them if I'm not there. Don't forget to pick them up when you get your truck, Rich Wilson. Oh, and thanks for the Mothman poster. At the Greenbrier, I spent probably 20 minutes trying to find Jeff's keys at his house. So he left the keys at the garage. Then Rich Wilson picked up the keys and moved them to his house. His house is one uphill from the garage next to the door. Here I am doing it again. I'm going to waste 20 minutes trying to find this. Okay, the garage is over here. Daniel says, I'm really looking forward to when you do Fallout 2 videos. I never played it, so it's going to be awesome to finally see it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I'm going through it right now, and it's great. Okay, there's the garage. So Jeff left his keys here. Wilson then took them and left them outside his house just uphill from the garage. What's uphill from the garage? This way? He makes it sound like a residential house uphill from the garage. So this is a post office. I'm hoping that one of you have figured this out, because I can't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out then. The garage of the Brother Wilson is a location on your map. Wrong garage. Note location is by Gorge Junkyard. Oh. I don't know where that is. There's this over here. What's that? Wilson Brothers Auto Repair is a marked location. Oh, I thought it was... Okay. See, I thought that it was talking about an apartment here in Point Pleasant. But it's not. It's talking about another marked location. Well, if that's the case, I may have already found it inadvertently without realizing it. God Donut says, first time commenting on any video I've seen is this one. Well, thanks for leaving a comment. Ox, you're almost at 4 hours. Ah, yeah, you're right. I'm 3 hours away. I got to end the broadcast soon, or else YouTube is going to have a fit. The Gorge Junkyard is to the east of Vault 76, over by Morgantown. Thank you all. Maybe we'll track it down in my next stream. Okay, let's discover this location, then I'll end the broadcast. Because you're right, we're coming up on 4 hours. What is this? Marigold Pavilion. Okay, we're going to have to explore that in another broadcast. All right, thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to this broadcast of Day 31 of Fallout 76. We had a nice 4 hours going on here. We'll be doing another Fallout 76 broadcast on Friday. That's my next live stream. I also do impromptu broadcasts on Twitch, where I'll broadcast myself capturing footage for my lore videos, Fallout 2, LA Noire, stuff like that. So if you want to check out those, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. I announce on Twitter when I go live with those. Gotta head out, otherwise YouTube is going to have a hard time processing this video. Thank you for joining me for this live stream. New lore video tomorrow and new lore videos all this week, as well as Scotch and Smoke Rings, the next episode, which will be here on YouTube, not Twitch. I'm streaming from YouTube for Scotch and Smoke Rings this week. Thanks again for coming, and I'll see you all very soon.